Hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Okay, let me grab my slides and we are good. Uh-oh, I knew I forgot something. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, now I can grab my slides. And okay, looks good. I am going to be changing. I'm going to be changing my Wi-Fi very soon. I don't know how many of you all may have your Wi-Fi from AT&T, but they actually have the 5G network now. So I'm going to be changing my Wi-Fi pretty soon. At least I might go with AT&T. Maybe I'll do the Verizon. Yeah, maybe I'll go to Verizon. But anyway, I'm going to get away from the wired, um, the old fashioned kind, and I'm going to use a 5G. So yeah, maybe Verizon. I'll give Verizon a chance. Let's see. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Lynn E, thank you so much for being first. All right, let me slide down here. See. Oh, I don't really have to do that anymore. Okay, so there is the slide. Therein lies the slide. The Crown's Prince Harry disaster. There's a dragon slayer. I think we're going to start with that actually, and then of course Prince William's shady side, and some more messiness. Hey, VS speaks royally. Let's see. Okay, Judy Matasset is here. Lydia Washington, Bunny Rose, Lynn E. Okay. And Amelia Rodriguez, and a host of friends and others. Okay, I think I got too many slides today, so we better get moving. Otherwise, I want to see if I can finish in like 90 minutes. That would be so cool. Marcia Ware, thank you for being here. So I was inspired. Someone on the interweb posted this image right here, right? And you know me, I'm such a problem solver. I started thinking, surely I could improve that, can't I? And I noticed that they had the dragon theme and Harry the Dragon Slayer. And of course, it says, we ain't finished yet. And I'm like, you know what? I like that, but it just needs to be refined a bit. Um, Starting with the cut and paste. As you can see, there's some little appendages left on those characters, and that's not good. So I decided to do this. Um, uh-oh. Wait, that's not good. That is not good. Why is the lettering on top of Harry's head? That's not supposed to be like that. Um, well, let me see. It looks good here. Okay. Well, anyway, you get it though. I oh man, why is that like that? Well, anyway, it says I've been told that slaying dragons will get you burned, but in light of today's victory and the importance of doing what is needed for a free and honest press, it's a worthwhile price to pay. The mission continues, Prince Harry. Honestly, I don't know how that happened like that. But anyway, I call myself fixing it. Look like I messed. Oh, and then take a look here. Take a look here. I actually added Harry as the dragon slayer there. So anyway, the concept is pretty cool. I don't know how it doesn't look like that here, but over there, I mean, on the on there, it kind of did not translate well. So, but anyway, you get the spirit of it, and that is my interpretation of the Dragon Slayer, and of course, thanks to the squatty who gave the inspiration in the first place. Um, and that's where I got it from. I even had to hunt for the original dragon so I can do my own interpretation. But yeah, it works. It works. I'm going to check out something. I want to see if that same thing happened again. Well, that's better. At least is still, I don't know why it looks one way here and another way there. But anyway, let me stop fussing because you know how I am. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to doing stuff like that. And I just keep fooling with it until I get it right. But nope, we got work to do, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to pretend like it's right, and you will too, and we'll forget that ever did not happen. All right. Let's see. Hey, Church Nelly, hope you're doing well. Helene Groen, thanks for being here. Dan Speed is here. And Twilla Carson. Okay. See, that's better. You know I wasn't satisfied. That looks better. I had to just shrink it down a little bit, but that looks much better. Yeah, I like it now. Now I can relax. Now I can do what I need to do without preoccupying myself with that nonsense. So, okay, and we'll continue. Now, I was surprised to see that this is still trending. Do you know that the Daily Mail is actually talking about this mishap? The awkward moment Prince William and Kate Middleton accidentally ignored Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden at Royal Variety Performance. The couple, both 41, hosted the Swedish royals earlier this month. I thought they were 42. Anyway, uh, oh, got a text message here. Oh, MR, thank you so much for the Cash App. And also, I think someone else sent me a Cash App earlier today. Um, yeah, someone did send me a Cash App earlier today. Thank you as well. Greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for supporting Royal Sussex. VW, that's where it comes from. VW sent a Cash App earlier. There you go. Thank you very much, VW. Greatly appreciated. And thank you for supporting Royal Sussex. But yeah, so they're still kind of talking about this. I'm just surprised because Daily Mail had not mentioned it at all. And then all of a sudden, I look at the fail today, and there it was. I mean, it jumped out and did a little dance on the table. I'm like, what the what? You're saying something disparaging about the Cambridges or the Welleses? I hate saying Welleses. I don't know why, but I hate saying the Welleses. So you're doing something disparaging about those Cambridges? Hate saying that too. But and of course, it's not limited there. This is a new angle. I did not see this. The Daily Mail, they were the ones who shared this angle. Look at poor Crown Princess Victoria. Now, I just want you guys to know something. Crown Princess Victoria, right? Crown Princess or Crown Prince is what you would refer to William and Kate. Crown Princess William, Crown Princess Kate. But in the UK, after they had a series of invasions and colonizations of Wales, Wales is, of course, supposed to be an independent country, but now they're part of the United Kingdom. They're part of the Union, right? That was formed some 350 years ago. So, in order to try to to give more of a feeling of autonomy to Wales, they began to refer to the crown prince as the Prince of Wales. So what I'm trying to say is that Crown Prince Victoria and William are equals in rank, equals. And even if they were not equals, they are your guests. Why are you showing them your backs? Why? How many more times does people have to listen to you talk about the Earth shot? How many times do people have to listen to Kate talk about the early years? Please let them people go to their seats. But no, Crown Princess Victoria was forced to look at the back of Kate's head, at all those extensions and tracks and everything else, bonding glue or beads or whatever they do to keep it up there. She had to look at her backside. As evident, yes, you know I'm about to do it, don't you? You know I'm about to show you. I got to. No, I'm sorry. I just have to. No, don't try to stop me. Where is it? Uh, rude. No, I'm looking for rude. Cruel. Was it cruel? No. Okay, maybe I won't show you. Well, anyway, yes, I will. As you can see, the story in Sweden, they are really, really pissed about it. They are, they feel as though it was very disrespectful. The Swedes are very loyal to their royals, just like the Brits are, and they were very, very upset about it. They are still talking about how rude Will and Kate has been to the crown princess, who they are highly protective of, as well as the crown prince. Now, just so you understand, Victoria is the one who will be the sovereign. And yeah, they went there. So this is like big news in Sweden. We send you our very proud crown princess, and you thank us by humiliating the royal couple. So glad to see that it is still being talked about. Don't want them to get off easy. I mean, look at poor Victoria back there, all hidden behind everybody. And right there, you can see embarrassing moment when Kate and William meet Victoria and Daniel. Um, when the Swedish crown princess couple walked the red carpet during a gala event, it seemed that William and Kate didn't notice a thing. Instead, they spoke to the couple of older ladies, and Victoria and Daniel got their backs. Something that in one clip appears to make the crown princess a little uncomfortable. Well, she should have been. She should have been very uncomfortable. It was rude. I mean, they're just talking like they're talking to their neighbors over the fence or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, and I feel obliged to rub it in because, well, it wouldn't be right if I didn't. Wait, it wouldn't be me if I didn't. What am I talking about? It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be me. So, and I gotta be me. Uh, but yeah. So there you go. Uh, Done and dusted. It's all sorted out. And until I see another headline, I think I'm through with it for now. For now. Um, there you go. Look at there. Kate Middleton is very evil. This is a tweet. She's so selfish. She gets moody around any woman who is better than her. Why that stupid and vacant face? This is the one trying to destroy Meg. Get ready, Kate. God is not mocked. You shall definitely reap all your evil against Meg. No one asked you to be daft. Ooh, boy, I tell you. I don't know who that person is, but I don't ever want to cross that person. I don't ever want to cross whoever that was. Of course, I cropped their name off the top of the tweet, but woo, I tell you. uh, oh, you're talking about Carl Phillips, that little Scooby snack? Yeah, Victoria's father was actually kind of upset because, you know, uh, for whatever reason, now the king of Sweden, I forget what his name is, he knows what the rules are. And the rule is that the firstborn would become sovereign. They changed the law. At one time, most Europe, actually, if not all, I think all of the European royal families, they had the rule that it would go to the firstborn male. And of course, if there was not a male, then, that being said, the firstborn was Victoria. So she's going to wear the crown. Now, if you're wondering who Church Nellie is speaking of, this is, what is it, Carl Phillips? And yeah, Carl Phillips is the next in line. Well, no, he's not next in line because Victoria has two children. So I guess he's like third, fourth in line for the throne. But yeah, so his father actually said the quiet part out loud, and that is he is not pleased that his son is not going to inherit the throne. Now, but that's just the rule. The rule is the firstborn. They even changed the rule in the UK. It was like that in the UK, and they, changed it to the firstborn, period. So it doesn't matter how dark and full his hair is. It doesn't matter how fit and attractive he is. He is not going to be King Carl Phillips. He is going to remain in the line of succession, but he is not going to wear the crown. So, too bad. Um, well, just look at it like this, Church Nelly. It's either this or Chippendale Dancer. What do you want? He can either hang her. he can he can just hang around the castle and try to stay out of trouble, or he could become a Chippendale dancer. It's you know it's the luck of the draw. That's it. It's the luck of the draw. So yeah, but anyway, we got other stuff to cover. So let's get on with it, shall we? And Church Nelly, if you're very good, I'll wait. Do I? No, I don't have that one anymore. I don't think I have it anymore. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right, let's get on with it then. Are you good, Church Nelly? Can I take them away? Are we good now? All right, I'm going to take him away. Say goodbye. Say goodnight, Church Nelly. There you go. He's got to go. He's got some princely things to do. All right. And oh yeah, I guess this, I Googled, right? I went and I Googled rude William and Kate ignore Crown Princess Victoria. And guess what video popped up? There's only like maybe 3 or 4 videos on YouTube about it, and mine is one of them. I was wondering why that video got so many views, but yeah, I guess maybe some of the people in Sweden have seen it. But there you go, awkward moment when Kate and William meet Victoria and Daniel. They are still talking about it in Sweden. That's how you host foreign royals in your country, by standing aside with backs turned, completely ignoring their presence. And of course, you make sure you speak and go first because you are more important. Poor Victoria didn't even know what to do, let alone her husband. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, right. Let's see. What do we have? The Mail is mad that the Sussexes haven't updated the Sussex Royal website. That, of course, was an article from Celibici. What they're talking about is Harry and Meghan's royal website still online despite promises not to use Sussex Royal after leaving, including a page titled Serving the Monarchy, which hasn't been updated since the Queen died. They have not touched that page. Now, at one time, I think there was some 11 million subscribers to the Sussex Royal. They still have over 9 million subscribers, even though they haven't touched the Sussex Royal Instagram since March of 2020. I repeat, March of 2020. Harry and Meghan are not actively on social media. When they have something to brief, they do it directly through a representative. So that is how we hear from the Sussexes. But they are not on Twitter. They're not on Instagram. They're certainly not on YouTube or anything else for that matter. They release information through their Archwell Foundation website or through a representative. But other than that, you are not going to hear from them. They are not using their social media right now. So it continues. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Royal Sussex. Ooh, did I just have a Freudian slip? Sussex Royal website has still not been deleted despite a promise not to use the self anointed label in 2020. It has not been updated to mark the Queen's death. So I guess they didn't have anything to do but go and look at that just for you know what and giggles, for craps and giggles, I guess I can say. But despite this pledge, the rebrand SussexRoyal.com remains live almost 3 years after they left, as does their Sussex Royal Instagram account, which has 9 million followers. Yeah, that's what I just said. So yeah, they're doing anything with it. And who cares? Who cares? So there's obviously some individual sitting at their keyboard right now that is monitoring all things to do with the Sussexes. So they're probably looking at their foundation page. They probably go to their Instagram every day, hoping something has changed, and they also go to the Sussex Royal website. Well, nothing has changed. They have nothing to say. When they need to say something, they have ways of doing it. That's it. Period. They're so desperate for content on the Sussexes, which I don't understand why they always seem very comfortable just making up stuff. Just ask Camilla Tominey. They can always just make up stuff. They always do. Okay, I'm looking at their Sussex Royal right now, and I don't remember them posting anything about the Queen. Uh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Nothing has changed. I can see how they went through it though, but yeah, nothing has changed. Oh, well, it directs you to Archwell. That's what it does. It directs you to Archwell. That's it. They're not going to use it. It directs you to Archwell. Period. Spring 2020 transition details. In other words, go over to Archwell. Yeah, that's it. So I don't think I've ever been on their webpage before. I've only ever looked at the Instagram. That was interesting. Okay. VS says they posted on Archwell their activity found active foundation. They said Sussex Royal would be what is that? Dormant? Yeah, dormant. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. And of course, that is the last thing they posted on the Sussex Royal Instagram. Thank you to this community for the support, the inspiration, and the shared commitment to the good in the world, Harry and Meghan. And we out of here. Speaking of we're out of here, um, Mr. Eco Warrior himself, William, the man who is trying to save the planet one private jet trip at a time, one helicopter ride at a time, and one fleet of Range Rovers at a time. That's right. Prince William's taking last minute flight to Kuwait on behalf of the king following tragic passing of country's emir. The royal, isn't he 42? Said to be traveling to offer his condolences to Kuwait following the death of his ruling emir, who passed away earlier this week, according to the Mirror. So, if you ask me, William is hopping on a plane so he can come back with some more of them Fortnum and Mason bags. Charles is sending him to go and grab a Fortnum and Mason bag, one for him and one for Willie. But you know how it is. The Royals go to the Middle East and they come back with Fortnum and Mason bags stuffed with cash, stuffed with little snapshots of Granny. Um, Now, the last time William went to the Middle East, as you can see there on the left side, he is wearing a face mask. He's in the desert and they're planting trees. He went there for condolences the last time. I don't know about the UK, but the United States actually has several embassies all over the world. And when you need to send condolences, you could either send a consulate general, you could send the what do you call it, the diplomat, the ambassador. You can send an ambassador. You can even send a text message. You can send a letter. But no, William, the eco warrior, is hopping on a jet. He's already there, as a matter of fact. Now, he could not go to the football game, the what was it, the World Cup? No, not World Cup, whatever they call it. He couldn't go to the girls' soccer game, football game. Remember, he said that flight was going to be too long. It's last minute. I have to be here with the kids. They always use the kids as a shield. But he can go over there and allegedly grab a Fortnum and Mason bag full of cash and come back home, because that is what they do when they go to the Middle East. They go there for condolences and come back with a Fortnum and Mason bag loaded with cash. I am not Muslim, but don't they have to bury within 48 hours? You know what? That's a good point. But he's not going to a funeral. He's only going to offer his condolences. So technically, there is no funeral to go to. Um, I smell a rat. I think there is something very sus about this, super suspect. Now, I'm just kidding about the bags of cash. Um, Maybe it's a cashier's check. But one thing we know, Kuwait is oil rich. As a matter of fact, the standard of living in Kuwait is one of the highest in the world. They have their common labor from expats. They um, bring people in and contract them to do all the manual labor, and they just go to the mall and eat Kentucky Fried Chicken all day. That is one of the problems they have in Kuwait, is that since there's no booze, people go and eat and eat and eat. Gastric bypass surgery and lap band surgery is very popular in Kuwait because all they do is eat, eat, eat. So they have become very westernized. So yeah, this was Willie's last trip to the Middle East. He planted a tree, maybe got that Fortnum and Mason bag, and then he went home. I think it's silly. But of course, the tabloids are not going to say anything about it. If it was Harry, we wouldn't hear the end of it. But because it's Willie, he is being very uh, conscious of the Kuwait people because they lost their emir. And it's vital that he hops on a plane and goes there. Yeah, Church Nelly, no booze. Now, I told you guys yesterday that this was the ending of the Crown, and I actually found an image of it that I could share. And as I told you yesterday, the Imelda Stanton, who played the last queen, Olivia Colman, who was the middle queen, and then of course the first queen, Claire Voice, whatever. Um, she was the first queen, and yeah, so that was the big touching ending. Everybody said the ending was quite emotional, and it really was. And she seemed to be at her own um, funeral, but it wasn't a funeral. She was just. It was like she turned around and miraculously her casket was there, and then she was joined by the other queens. And apparently, there, I saw some of the behind the scene photos. It was a very, very touching moment for everyone as they say goodbye to these characters forever. So, yeah, I could imagine it was touching. Now, somebody I'd like to touch, that's Peter Morgan receiving his CBE, and that is his girlfriend Gillian Anderson. She is the one who played Margaret Thatcher on The Crown. Great job playing Margaret Thatcher, by the way. And of course, there he is in the center with the first Philip and the first Queen. I forgot the guy's name, but I remember him from Doctor Who. And then Claire Voigt, whatever her name is, there she is. Um, so Peter Morgan is good friends with Charles and Camilla. As a matter of fact, um, oh gosh, who is the guy that plays Charles? I just saw. Oh, Dominic West, is it? He's good friends with Charles and Camilla. They're all good friends. And when I say good friends, they are all super, super chummy, which is absolutely disturbing considering that they made a big fuss about they need to have a warning or whatever they were saying. Remember last season when they were so upset, like they were going to humiliate Charles and all that kind of nonsense. And it was much to do about nothing. If anything, it helped ensure that people would watch it. So yeah, it helped ensure that people would watch it, and it was nothing but a love letter to Charles. It actually made Diana look bad. Um, so far, Harry and Diana were the ones who were truly raked over the coals. Everybody else has gotten a free pass. Everybody. And I do mean in every conceivable way. They have nothing to complain about. Um, Margaret even came out super sympathetic. And if there's one thing about Margaret I've always heard is that Margaret was rude and ignorant and as stuck up as they come. Dina Cardosa, thank you so much for the Merry Christmas super chat. Merry Christmas, Baron. Thanks for a great year supporting our faves. Well, since it was such a super chat, I'll just have to say it like Oprah Winfrey. What else would I do? I do the worst Oprah Winfrey impersonation. Come on out, Dina Cardosa. Anyway, thank you very much and Merry Christmas to you. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Now, Prince Harry needs to sue the producers of The Crown. Oh, you guys, I take no pleasure in this, obviously, because I adore Prince Harry. I am super proud of Prince Harry, the man he has become, the things that he has suffered through in that gilded cage. I am super proud of him. So why in the world did they go and find this jackal face to play Harry? Now, he's not an unattractive young man, this actor. I don't mean to condemn him as being completely unattractive. He's okay. He needs not smile so much, I'll say that. He needs not smile too much. You know how some people are real shy and they put their hand over their mouth when they laugh? He should do that. He should really take up covering his mouth when he laughs. He looks like a jackal. He looks like that character from, oh gosh, what is it? From the Spider-Man, the Goblin. Is it the Goblin? Yeah, he looks like the Green Goblin. I was just like, what the what? I could not sort out what I was looking at. I just couldn't sort it out. I'm just like, what on God's green earth is this? What? Big bonehead. I can't stand his face. I cannot stand his face. He scares me. Could you imagine this person, this individual, knocking at your door late one night talking about, may I use your phone? I just had a flat. Everything inside of me would think it was the last thing that I would ever do. Yeah, he looks like the Joker. Yeah, he's giving me the Joker. I can see that too. I can see the Joker. And this is the thing, Harry, circa 1998, and this is the crown depicting Harry, circa 1998. I mean, it's like they went and found an alien. It's like a bad joke. I could imagine the horror on Harry's face when he saw the casting for the crown. And unfortunately, Harry really doesn't have any moral ground to stand on because Harry said that the crown is just a depiction, a fictitious something, he said. So, when people were asking him about the crown, yeah, Leslie, it is a bold cut. It is a bold cut. It's as though somebody took a bowl and just took some scissors and just all the way around until that mess dropped out of it. Yeah, it's awful. It is. It's deplorable. It's shameful. They should be. Whoever did that casting deserves the business end of a buggy whip. Now, don't that sound old fashioned? The business end of a buggy whip. I'm going to tell you, let me see. I'm going to show you a picture of who I think he reminds me of. I'm going to say they probably went to the same hairstylist. uh, okay, I dare. I was just thinking to myself, do I dare do this? But yes, I dare. So give me a second. Let me grab this. Oh, what horror. What horror. Okay. Uh hmm Okay, let me give you a hint. Let me give you a hint where I'm going while I bring this picture up. There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. No, no. Pulling together, there's no need to roam, 'cause there's no place like home. Times are changing every day, but we won't get by with those same old ways. No, no. He looked like he got a Pearl from 227 haircut, right? It looks like whoever used to do Pearl's hair, whoever was doing Pearl's hair is now doing this young actor. It looked like they found an old wig used to belong to Pearl from 227 and just trimmed it down the sides and put it on them. That's what it looked like. It looked like Pearl from 227. But I'm not done yet because there were more comments on the social media today. So I wish I could say that was the worst of it, but it gets worse. So, how about this one? It seems to me that in the last episode of The Crown, they were quite unfair with Prince Harry's casting, right? Now, this is someone, I think this guy is from Argentina. So he goes on to say, look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. Look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. Lord have mercy. Look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. I was not ready for that one. Now we know what happened to Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby went on to become an actor in The Crown. Well, actually, um, it's 1967, not 1976. That's the one thing they got wrong there. Rosemary's Baby was 1967, I believe. Maybe even 65. But yeah, so, and yes, that is Mia Farrow. That is Mia Farrow. Even in another language, let me see. Yeah, that is Spanish, right? Even in another language is funny. Of course, translating it, I found it, but even in another language is funny. Some jokes make the transition. And of course, as someone just mentioned, Dumb and Dumber. Yep, as someone just mentioned, Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Carrey. Yes, the teeth. It's all about the teeth, I think. Rodney Jackson. Rodney Jackson became a YouTube member. Outstanding. Thank you very much for that, Rodney Jackson. And thank you for supporting and watching and liking and sharing Royal Sussex. So, yes, VS, it is quite frightening. It is quite frightening. And unfortunately, this, like everything else, shall remain part of the permanent record, I'm afraid to say. And, I mean, come on, come on. Harry was just at that point where his looks were kicking in. And sadly, the crown makes it seem as though that's when his looks went south. I mean, come on. How did this happen? And they aged him up. They made him seem much older. Yeah, it is a shame. The guy who's playing the role, they're going to get a lot of nasty comments. They will. They're going to get a lot of nasty comments, and I wish I could take back everything that I tweeted to him, but I can't. I'm just kidding. I did not tweet that young man. Let me see. I wonder what his name is. Crown season 6. Uh, see if I can find out who he is. I mean, with a face like that, you can tell he's going to be a very serious actor. I mean, with a face like that, you better be a serious actor. You know what I mean? With a face like that, you better be a serious actor. Oh, that's what I'm looking for, the IMDb. So the IMDb, uh, IMDb. Okay, I'm looking for season 6. Okay, season 6 cast. But yeah, they really did Harry wrong. They really did. They tried to explain it away as though they were making a cautionary tale by using him and Margaret almost at the same time. So you can see the devastation of what's happened to Margaret as the number 2, as the spare, and what's happened to Harry as the spare. But it wasn't working for me. I was surely disappointed. It was hurtful. Uh, yeah, I can't find the name. Never mind. But we'll be seeing him in other things. We will be seeing him. After all, there's probably someone from Marvel Studios talking to his agent right now. And if it's not Marvel Studios, then it's probably someone from Pixar or whatever. Who does the Star Wars now? Is it Disney? Someone from Disney is trying to get in touch with him. Let's see. Dansby said that look way older. Oh, that man looks way older than Harry at that age, and he is not attractive. Yeah, he needs not smile. He needs not smile so hard. It's almost like they wanted to cast someone, and no offense to the actor, but it's like they were trying to cast someone to look as demonic as possible. Yeah, The Crown, the last two seasons of The Crown, everything about it was to trash Diana, and of course, they have finally done in poor Harry. They have. Look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. Look what's happened to Rosemary's Baby. Woo, that was my favorite. I have to say, my favorite is Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby. Woo! Oh, okay. That poor guy. Surely he doesn't wear his hair like that. Please tell me that's not how he wears his hair. Anyway, that's our Ginger Avenger right there. That other guy is not even an imposter. That's just wrong all the way around. Didn't they get the Joker to play Harry? It's makeup. It's the makeup on. Thank you, legs. And of course, the first Harry, I don't know why the first Harry reminds me of Mrs. Patmore from Downton Abbey. That looked like Mrs. Patmore's great grandson. Or, well, let me see. At that age, Mrs. Patmore's great grandson. Yeah, that looked like Mrs. Patmore's great grandson. There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. No, no. Pulling together, there's no need to roam. There's no place like home. Times are changing every day, but we won't get by with those same old ways. No, no. Um, Marla Gibbs was handling her business. I like that song. Oh man. Oh well. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Daisy. Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Let me see here. But yeah, uh, let me see. Oh, you think I should replace Harry for this guy? No, this here is evidence. We need the evidence. I guess that poor actor thought he was the stuff playing Prince Harry, the most popular, handsome royal. I guess he bragged to his mama, I'm playing Prince Harry. I'm pretty sure his mother was like, "You're what? I'm playing Prince Harry." No, you're not. Yeah. Now, all of that being said, I just want to say that every time they showed Harry, it seemed like he was either pouring a drink or cracking open a beer. Pouring a drink or cracking open a beer. And they totally ignored William's contribution to the party. They made it seem like William was stressed and distraught about how everyone around him seemed to want to party all the time. Am I the only one who noticed that? That every time there was alcohol introduced in the scene, it was Harry handing William a drink? Like even the first scene, I think it was the first one, Harry hands William a teacup and he's like, I don't want it. He said, I put some champagne in it. That is how we were introduced to the older Harry. Leg says that director really wants to be knighted. Well, he's got his CBE, isn't that it? Or is there something else? He's got his CBE, but whatever it is, if it, well, you know what, maybe he wants to be Order of the Garter. He'll probably get that too. He'll probably get that too. He can join that ritualistic reptilian inbred vertebrate party that they go to when they're dressed up in costume. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, but I am not pleased. But yeah, this was William back in 2017, I think it was, when he went skiing and he was out there gyrating and as you can see the girls are not impressed. You would think that if somebody said, "Oh, that's Prince William," you would think that they would want to hang out with him. This guy's going to be the king. He is literally on the dance floor by himself. And as you can see from that one young lady in the middle, she is not amused. She is looking at the camera like, you got to be kidding me. So this is not the William that they shared with us on the Crown. Prince William gets wet and wild. There was none of that, and I mean absolutely nothing. There was nothing about William in the Crown that looks remotely like the William that I'm showing you right here. William used to get his party on. None of that. And I'm not even through yet. I'm not even through yet. Uh, Here's a little bit more of the party, right? Or how about this? How about this, William? Now, there's a tale of two grabs. There's a picture of Harry that made the front cover uh, where Harry was in the sun, and they referred to him as Dirty Harry because he's doing exactly the same thing that you see William doing right here, being a little extra touchy feely and holding a drink. This is not the William that they shared on The Crown. The William on The Crown was very brooding and very quiet and standoffish. And every time there was a party, he was like on the peripherique, as we say in France. He was on the outer edge of the party. He was never the life of the party. He never danced. He was always to himself, and Kate would come and join him in the corner or whatever. But Harry had to be the buffoon. Harry was depicted as being a rogue and a buffoon. That was so unfair. That was so unfair. This is not the William presented in The Crown. The William in The Crown almost seemed like a Travis Monk or something. He almost seemed like some type of what do you call it, hermit that only came out every so often. Yep, I am very, very upset about that. You know I am. You know I am. But yeah, these photos were very well known, but they don't recognize that William anymore. What Will's Kate says, Prince William dirty dances with two beauties, gyrates as model drops, yeah, and puts her hands on William's waist in new embarrassing footage during lad's ski holiday. The royal can be seen flirtatiously stealing the Aussie model's hat and putting it on his head. And putting it on his hand and on another mysterious woman's waist in the latest video. So yeah, that was in the sun. That was in the sun. And nowhere, nowhere. And of course, to be fair, in The Crown, they didn't go this far to 2017. But even back in the day, they would not allow any depictions of William in that movie that seemed remotely human, let alone. Okay, I'm going to show you how Will and Kate were in The Crown. This was Will and Kate in The Crown. That was him right there. Yep, that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. And they even made it seem like well, they did show how um Mama Middleton was being very manipulative, but even with that, it seemed like it was for the greater good, as though you know how they had that scene where Kate actually met Diana before, which we know did not happen, but they inserted some scene for artistic purposes to make it seem like Diana had met Kate and William when they were much younger, as though it was destined for them to be together. Oh yeah, that actress that plays Carol Middleton, she looks like somebody who went to Vegas years ago, thinking that they were going to strike it big, and ended up living in one of them tunnels under Las Vegas. That's what she looks like. She'd seen everything about that actress made me feel like if I could just get her in the bathtub and scrub her real good, with some lye soap. Yeah, the one the one that plays Carol Middleton, she looks like she needs a good like hot tub, not hot tub, what are those big tin tubs, like the kind that they feed the horses, like a horse trough. Yeah, like she needs to be thrown in a horse trough and scrubbed with some lye soap, just scrubbed and get all them layers of dirt off the knuckles and everything. Ugh, ooh, she just looked like she needed a bath desperately. Not to say that she's not clean, but you know how some people just have that look like they need a bath? There's a few actors, every time I see them, I'll be thinking, you know, I'm sure that person is clean, but it just seems like they need a bath. Just like sometimes when I look at, for some reason, when I look at Brad Pitt, I always feel like he needs a bath, right? And for some reason, I look at Carmen Diaz and I'm always thinking, she needs a bath. I just, ugh. Some people, I look at them and they just seem like they need a bath. And so that's what that actress that played Carol Middleton looked like she needed a bath. Is that weird? And of course, Commonwealth Day 2017. Now, they made this big fuss about how the Queen had gave William a free pass that he didn't have to go to her jubilee and that he could go and spend the day with the Middleton family. And then while he's there, his conscience got the better of him and he had to run up out of there. Oh, he had to get out of there. And they showed him like driving through the streets of London really fast, like it was that movie Ronin or the what's that other one? The French Connection. Yeah, they had him driving through London like the French Connection, turning the corners on two wheels and slamming on the brakes and jumping over rail crossings, trying to get to Buckingham Palace so that he wouldn't let the Queen down. Well, is that the same William that blew off the Queen's Commonwealth Day 2017 so he can go skiing? Is that the same Will? I think it is. William, who has never been interested in work shy Will, All of a sudden, thanks to the crown, Peter Morgan depicts him as so duty bound and so dutiful that he's driving through the streets of London like a maniac, trying to get to Buckingham Palace, like he's filming a chase scene from Taken. You know what I'm saying? You would have thought it was the movie Taken. He's just like screeching his brakes and everything. He's got to. I don't want to let the queen down. And then when they step out on the balcony, he turns and looks at the queen, and the queen smiles like, "Oh, you made it." Oh my God! I'm like, this movie is giving me gas. This movie is giving me gas. I'm about to upchuck. No, that's what's that's Edward's wife. She's the one that slams into people. Let's see. There'll be a film one day about Prince Harry and Meghan. I hope they don't let Peter Morgan do it. Please don't let Peter Morgan touch him. Whoever makes the film, do not allow Peter Morgan to get close to that script. Because if he does, then all of a sudden he is going to. Well, I mean, look at how they did the Fayeds. The Fayeds were depicted in the most awful light. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's been quite a few members of the royal family lived every bit the colorful life as Dodi Fayed. But no, they had to make the brown person real shady. I hated it. I just hated it. Cardboard foxes in the club with Prince William. I don't know what that means. But there he is, Prince William. There's several photos, actually. I'm only showing you this one. But there's several photos where he wouldn't let go of the DJ. He was hanging all over the DJ. I mean, all over him like a cheap suit, like they were best of buddies. And then right there, Rosie Pete from Blackpool was named as one of the blondes who partied with William. Uh huh. Again, this William bears no resemblance to the one that was in the crown. The one that was in the crown always was thinking about duty and service and work. Yes, this is an act of fiction, isn't it? Talk about artistic license. Peter Morgan should have his license revoked. And then let's fast forward to this William right here. Okay, let's stay on the left side. Prince William skips important royal event for ski trip with the boys, right? And where was Kate? Well, Kate was at home. That's 2017, y'all. 2017. Pre Megan, 2017. And of course, after Megan, all of a sudden, William was very responsible. Before Megan, William was kind of getting some headlines that kind of looked almost like it was Harry. And then after Megan, after the invisible contract kicked in for William, then it was all about Harry and Megan. And no more stories like that, except one night they slipped and they shared this image of William coming out of some private club, and he looks pissed. William looks like he's giving you his impersonation of Jack Nicholson in The Shining. All work and no play makes Willie a dull boy. I'm telling you, when I look at that photo, I'm always looking to see if Shelley Duvall is back there with him. I keep thinking, where is Shelley Duvall? Where is Shelley Duvall? You wouldn't know this William from the one that they had in the Crown. Very different. Let me see. Where is that one at? Uh, oh man, I don't think I have that anymore. The Shining. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me see if I can share that with you. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. The tide of terror that swept Britain is here. The Willing, a Stanley Kubrick film starring Prince William, Shelley Duvall, Scatman Crothers, and Danny Lloyd. A Stephen King novel, The Willing. Yeah, that's it right there, The Willing. Here's Johnny. Well, no, no. Here's Willie. Martine has become a new member of Royal Sussex. Thank you so much for that. Aha, yes, you see it too, right? You see it too. Very much so. Elaine Parker, 27 months. Thank you, Elaine Parker. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much. 27 months. I just don't know how that's possible. 27 months. Can you believe that? All work and no play makes Willie a dull boy. Okay. Oh, I need to take the willing away. Yeah, take a look at that. Look at that face. Busted. Somebody's busted. Somebody is not pleased to see a camera. He is not pleased to see that camera. I mean, it looks like he's ready to rip somebody's face off. I wonder why he's what's so jarring about seeing a camera. Like they say, we've all been through it, right? Ain't that what they tell Harry? After all, we've all been through it. We've all had to go through it. I'm pretty sure that he's wondering what happened to his invisible contract. That's what that look is. What happened to my invisible contract? Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And right there, did Kate and Wills have their work cut out as matchmakers for newly divorced Thomas Van Stravinsky and his old flame? Or how about this? As Family Day Out, Kate, William, and Harry are among the three generations of royals at the Commonwealth Day service, the year of the Queen's 90th birthday. And then down there, William and Kate borrowed Duke of Westminster's private jet. Now, that's the one where they say Harry was not invited, and then they realized that that was a lie and that they might get in trouble. I think somebody like the Duke of Windsor made a phone call. I'm sorry, Westminster made a phone call. But yeah, Eco Warrior Prince William actually borrowed the private jet of the Duke of Westminster to fly to a secret ski break at five-star something resort. Well, Wills has worked 20 hours a week and done 3 royal engagements this year. He has worked 20 hours a week and has done 3 royal engagements this year. I hear a little snarkiness there. And even Pierce Morgan got on his case. Pierce Morgan, chill out, Wills. You and Kate are getting just a bit too big for your ski boots. See how they used to talk about them before Meghan? Look at how they used to talk before Meghan. Ice work if you can get it. I just love the British media, the way they have their play on words. Ice work if you can get it. Will slopes off with as royal do duty down shots with Aussie beauties. Was that supposed to rhyme? I guess it was. But yeah, that was William 2017. I tell you, you wouldn't know him from today, and you wouldn't know him. Okay, let's change subjects, you guys. Does anybody know who this is? Does anybody know who this is? Let's do a breakbeat. Anybody recognize this beautiful young lady with this pixie haircut? It is the pixie do that has been heard round the world or seen round the world. Holly Berry? Nope. Heidi Klum? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, not Holly Berry. And believe it or not, this hairstyle has gotten her in a lot of trouble. Demi Moore. Nope. Yes, Miss France. Miss France. Yes, that is the newly crowned Miss France. This young lady, Eve Giles, has been crowned Miss France. And unfortunately, people are losing their minds because of this haircut. For some reason, they are outraged that she's not wearing long hair. The standard of beauty that the world has come to accept is that every woman must have hair down to their behinds. Everybody's got to have that amazing mermaid hair. Well, she sees it otherwise. She likes her hair short. Now, Eve Giles is actually 5'7". Actually, she's just a little under 5'7", which is the limit in which you could actually compete as the in the Miss France, which eventually I think she'll be able to go on to run for Miss Universe. Well, this beautiful young lady decided that she wanted to change the aesthetic. And so she's going with this pixie cut. And there are her proud parents. Now, the ethnic background of her family has yet to be shared, although her father and mother met and were married, I believe, in Germany. Um, Other than that, they have not shared her ethnic background. So I can't tell you what she's mixed with. I'm assuming that her father is mostly German, maybe. And her mother, uh, racially ambiguous. I don't know. And anyway, the daughter is racially ambiguous. And you know, what's so silly about this is if you remember, Holly Berry really brought the pixie back in the 1990s because back in those days, you know, the hair was like feathered and all that kind of stuff. It was bigger hair. The 90s, the hair was kind of big. And then here comes Holly Berry with this pixie. And of course, Holly Berry being of mixed race, um, everybody went crazy. I remember everybody wanted that hairstyle. And even Toni Braxton, for the album that accompanied the movie Boomerang, she also wore a very similar hair. And of course, there is this thing too. Um, the whole, she looks different. She's just not the same as the others. I remember when Vanessa Williams became Miss America. I didn't know she was black. Vanessa Williams' parents are both very light and, dare I say, racially ambiguous. They appear to be of mixed race, and I'm sure there's some mixed blood in their ancestry, and people made a big fuss about the first Black Miss America, which is unfortunate because yes, it is a great honor. It is a huge step in the right direction, but it really takes away from the success of the contestant. Vanessa Williams didn't even want to be Miss America. She didn't want to be Miss Syracuse or Miss USA for I'm sorry, Miss America. I'm sorry, Miss New York. She didn't want to be Miss New York or anything. She was just looking for some college tuition. But the thing is, she just kept winning. Every time she run, she win. Miss Syracuse, she won. Miss New York, she won. Miss America, she won. And she was like the first Miss America that was crowned that was not blubbering and crying and so she put that crown on her head and walked down that runway like, yeah, I knew I was going to win. Beautiful, beautiful night. I mean, I remember that. It was amazing but how poised and elegant she was. She was not your typical Miss America. So, and then also there was a fuss about Miss Universe from Japan. Miss Universe from Japan was from Nagasaki, and people in Japan made a big fuss because they said she's not Japanese. The face of Japan for a lot of the older people and even some of the younger people, as you know, Japan is a very monolithic society. They don't cotton too well to outsiders. They have a very low immigration rate. And so the idea that a black woman could represent Japan, a mixed race Japanese woman, was out of the question. But she won. And then, of course, Miss Israel. Well, as we have found out, racism in Israel is not unheard of. There is a lot of racism in Israel, and they were upset because they had a black woman who won Miss Israel. And then, of course, Miss Ireland. Again, it's really too bad that a young lady cannot compete in these contests and just be a little different from everybody else without the sky falling, without being controversial, without getting threats and such. But the only thing that I could say that she has in common with the others is that she appears to be of mixed race heritage. And the other thing is, people cannot stand the fact that she has short hair. Can you believe that? What if she had an afro? Would that be a problem too? They are furious because of her short hair. I think the young lady is stunning, and I think people should just chill. The world is changing, and the colonizing countries have to accept that sometimes you have to make room for people that don't look like the rest of the population. That's just a fact. Baron, people were upset over Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Oh, yeah, that's true. Thank you. Thank you, Church Nelly. That's true. An orphan Annie. They couldn't stand a black orphan Annie. And they were fictitious characters. Yep. This is like another example. And I really do believe that it goes further than the haircut. I think they don't like her complexion. I wonder if they ever had a black Miss France. Let me see. Black Miss France. Oh, they did. Did they? I think so. Let me see. Is Rwandan French actress and beauty pageant title holder who was crowned Miss France in 2000 represented her country at Miss Universe. Okay, so they have had a black Miss France. Her name is Sonia Rollin. Okay, come on, Sonia. I'll share her photo with you guys. Let me grab it and I'll share it with you. I'm sure it was controversial, though. I'm sure it was controversial. I love the way people decide who is and who is not this, that, or the other. You know what I mean? They love to tell somebody who's black enough and who's this enough and who's that enough. I didn't know there were so many people named God in this world, but there's too many gods in this world. Too many people that sit in supreme judgment. Okay, there she is. 2000, she was crowned Miss France, and she is of Rwandan heritage. Leg says the black community rallied around Vanessa, and she showed the haters with "Save the Best for Last." Jackson 5, Soul Food, etc. Yes, yes. And Legs, do you remember that one year, or was it the next year? Or whatever year it was, bizarre as it was, when they were doing like one of the, I think it was Evening Gown, and you know how they play the little music in the background? They actually played that song, Save the Best for Last. They had the instrumental version of it playing while they were in the process of crowning the new Miss America, which was so weird. I think somebody probably threw that in there just to stick it to the pageant. But yeah, I remember that. Oh, well. So that was something I saw in the news today. I wish her the best. I hope she goes on to win Miss Universe. And it doesn't hurt to be different. It really doesn't. Just like when the world found out that there were black princesses that seemed to upset people. Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, and of course, Princess Meghan of the United Kingdom. That seems to bother people, but the world is changing and we must change with it. Now, I don't know who this lady is, and I've done my best to cover up her name, but she seems to be on the right side of history, and I like her. I believe she's a lawyer, an attorney. She has a law degree or something like that, but let me share it with you. People should never forget that in a witness statement, Prince Harry said, um, was summoned to Buckingham Palace. Oh, yeah, he was summoned to Buckingham Palace and told to drop the case because of the effect on the royal family. Charles and William are corrupt and evil. King Charles tried to stop Prince Harry hacking claim court hears. So she posted that, and then the post was accompanied with a tweet that says, Harry is the only royal worth a damn. He and Meghan are the best example of character and perseverance. It's their version of facts that have been proved right repeatedly. The rest of those weaklings, stick figures, do nothing good in this world but prance around seeking attention. I like her. I like her. Right on, my sister. Right on. And then, if that's not enough, Harry's lawyer calls Piers Morgan trial no show fatal. Now, that was back in June. And then here it says Prince Harry's lawyer labels Piers Morgan trial absence fatal. Okay, so same headline. Anyway, our attorney friend here, she says, oh, I can barely see that. If Pierce Morgan was not called to testify by lawyers for the Mirror Group, it is because he would have been a liability to the case. He was a key and material witness. If MGN didn't call him, it's because there were serious issues with his credibility. I like her. I like her. I mean, she just got on the Twitter and started freestyling. Somebody had to say it. Okay, moving on. Pierce Morgan will find many ways to deny phone hacking, but how long before his number is up? Now, this was in the Guardian today. This was in the Guardian. How long before his number's up? So, how much exactly did Pierce Morgan know about phone hacking when he was editor of the Daily Mirror? It depends on when you ask him. And since he edited the newspaper for 9 years when hacking was at its zenith, and since the people similarly accused have spent time in person, in prison, this seems important for reasons that do not depend on your feelings about Prince Harry. On Friday, for example, Morgan had a simple line for reporters gathered outside his house. Perhaps his thinking had been clarified by the unfortunate news that a judge ruling on claims from Harry and others had found that there had been extensive hacking going on at the Daily Mirror and that there was no doubt Morgan knew about it. Similar evidence has been presented to the Levinson inquiry and in previous litigation, but never as extensively or with such a powerful endorsement from a judge as this. But it's all nonsense, Morgan sputtered. Who would do such a thing? I've never hacked a phone or told anyone else to hack a phone, he said. Simple. So, people are yelling, lock her up, lock him up. Who knows what's going to come of it, but the police need to investigate. Harry is asking the police to open up an investigation. For as terrible as the phone hacking has been, and as devastating as it has been for the lives of quite a few people, as Murdoch himself has had to pay out almost $1 billion, um, I would like to see more people go to jail. I would love to see more people go to jail. Somehow, Rebecca Brooks didn't get in much trouble for anything. They kind of passed it on to the person who gathered the information instead of those who allegedly paid for the information. There was a massive act of destruction at the News of the World where they were burning, destroying, ripping, tearing, shredding all types of evidence, which would have been, detrimental to their case. But Harry managed to find those 33 situations where he insists phone hacking played a part. And for that 33, the judge actually sided with Harry for 15 of them that he felt were very credible and likely involved phone hacking. And of course, when they asked of Omid Scobie, how could you remember something like that from so many years ago? If I was a wide-eyed kid who had just gotten out of college and I went to my first newspaper job and I saw someone listening to uh, a voicemail of somebody's phone, I think that would stick with me too. I think that would really stick with me. I can think of several things from my younger days where I was shocked and appalled and dismayed by something that I thought was wrong. And of course, as a young person, I wasn't as brave as I am as the old person and probably didn't say or do anything about it. Maybe I shared it with a coworker or something. But, back in your early 20s, you don't have that same voice that you have when you're older. So, yeah, I could believe that Omid Scobie saw exactly what he mentioned in court, and the judge believed him. The judge found him to be an honest broker. So, um, Freaknik. You were shocked by Freaknik. Judge Nelly, I'm not sure what would shock you, but I find that very difficult to believe. Well, there were quite a few things that scanned. Okay. Well, no, I'm not going to tell that story. But okay. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Okay. I remember in my youth when I saw I want to say was it the Reader's Digest or was it Parade magazine from the Sunday paper? It was something. And the cover of the issue spoke about the use of, nose candy, as I say euphemistically. They were talking about Hollywood and nose candy, right? That kind of stuff that they said that Uncle Gary was selling, um, Kate's Uncle Gary, that kind of nose candy. And I remember how outraged I was. I'm like, this is so stupid. Why would they make up something like this? Why would anybody put themselves in jeopardy of losing their job by using something like that? I just don't believe it. Now, mind you, I think I was a teenager and very naive. And I remember how outraged I was that they would even accuse. I thought if you were an actor that you had your stuff together and that you were better than everybody else that could have gotten that role. And I just thought they were being very silly and that they were just looking for trying to sell magazines. Well, now that I'm older, now that I've had my eyes opened, I realize that it's not so interesting how many people are are not doing it. What's interesting is, I'm sorry, it's more interesting to find people who are not doing that compared to everyone else who probably is doing it or has or been offered or whatever. So yeah, I was naive. So I remember how shocked I was when I found out that they would have like a bowl on the table and that kind of thing. I didn't know that that's how stuff like that was. So just goes to show I was naive and I read it wrong. I thought that stuff like that. Booger sugar. I never heard that before. Booger sugar. Lord have mercy. Now, see, you are taking away my naivety because now I cannot not know about that. See there, you have just corrupted me. Oh, man. Pierce Morgan denies being Home Alone 2 Pigeon Lady. Apparently, this story has been around for a while that people compared the Pigeon Lady to Pierce Morgan from Home Alone 2. Funny thing is, one of the people that tweeted or posted about it was his own son that was watching Home Alone 2 and was like, just saw my father in Home Alone 2 or something to that effect. But yeah, he does look like the Pigeon Lady. Pigeon Lady slash Hoghead. That is a striking resemblance, isn't it? The Duchess of Sussex, perfect office dressing in chic all brown suit. Meghan made a rare stylish appearance at a film screening. Uh, that didn't take long. Well, a little longer than I suspected. Thing is, there weren't too many people that knew about this screening, and so there haven't been as many stories about Megan's brown outfit. But eventually, someone got around to it. As a matter of fact, a few magazines have gotten around to it. And then, as I was looking around, I saw the old photo of Megan. Remember when they had come back and they went to visit Canada House in London? That was after they had come back from their trip away to Canada, and then they were back to say farewell in March of 2020. She wore brown. So the Duchess of Sussex made a rare stylish appearance at a film screening in Los Angeles, and in doing so, she's given us an office dressing masterclass. See, they never say stuff like that about that other person. In new photos shared by director Misan Harriman on Instagram, Meghan can be seen on stage moderating a panel discussion about a new short film, The After. The pair are also joined by actor David Oyelowo for the occasion. Meghan brought out her most elegant 9 to 5 attire, which this time consisted of an all brown suit. The shade has been everywhere this autumn. She wore a sleek double breasted blazer with black buttons layered over a fitted turtleneck jumper and styled with high waisted suit trouser. To finish her chic look, Meghan chose a pair of black suede pointy toe pumps and small gold hoop earrings. As always, the Duchess kept her makeup her makeup look natural with her hair pulled back in a neat low ponytail. So, yes, they finally took notice of our Duchess in her elegant, chic brown, very business attire. So, and of course, there's another couple of articles about it that came out much sooner than this one. Duchess Meghan, perfect 9 to 5, dressing in a sleek all brown suit. This is another article. The Duchess of Sussex made arrest. Oh, no, I think it's the same article. Yeah, I think it's the same one. But very cool. And with that, you guys, I said an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Well, it's a little longer than that, but we got through it. So thank you all very much. And thank you, moderators, as always, for keeping this a safe space. And of course, thank you, Mama Doria, for being the rock of the Sussex family. And of course, the spirit that keeps the Sussex family safe from all of the evildoers, our people's princess, who has been there. According to Harry and Meghan, there have been several signs that the people's princess is never far away. Like when Archie was fixated over that painting and they found out that the heroine in the painting was Diana, the Greek goddess Diana. And of course, there were other signs that said, I'm here with you all. I am here. So thank goodness for that. Very important. So thank you all very much. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you for sharing the wish list. There is a link at the top of the chat for the official Royal Sussex wish list. Now, of course, no one is obliged to order anything on that wish list, but it is a great way to say Merry Christmas, Royal Sussex. And if that's not enough for you, then I am going to share the business address of Royal Sussex, not the home address. So don't show up there looking for me because I ain't there. But here is the business address for Royal Sussex. Just in case you wanted to drop a card in the mail or something like that, I will make sure that I add this to the community tab. I'll do that right now because I'll forget. And we are so close to Christmas, so I'll do that right now. Oh, it looks like Sherry-on is on. Is she on late or was I on early? Anyway, it looks like Sherry-on is on. I just noticed that just now. Okay, so gonna share the mailing address, not the home address, but the mailing address for Royal Sussex. And Oh, you know what? I put that in the wrong place. I was trying to do the community tab and posted it on here again. Business address. Business. Okay. Sorted. And I'm back over here now. Cat Chloe 1, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We always want to be very positive here on Royal Sussex. We want Royal Sussex to be fun and yet informative. That's always important. Make it fun and yet informative. And somewhere along the way, share some good information. Make a few friends. Learn from each other. That sort of thing. Yeah. Or as Moms Mabley used to say, old but clean, old but clean. I still don't know what Moms Mabley was talking about, but I'm going to let my imagination go wild. Old but clean. Do you guys remember Moms? Oh, you know what? I'll let Moms Mabley have the last word for today. Didn't have any money, so I married another old man. Old. Older than his birthday. He was so old, Santa Claus was his son. And ugly, he was so ugly, honest to goodness, he hurt my feelings. That's how ugly he was. Moms Mabley. Ladies and gentlemen, Moms Mabley. Mom's Mabley, she would pull her teeth out before she would go on stage. I mean, that was all part of her character. She yanked those teeth out, put that shower cap on, and that was her costume. I remember going to see that movie Amazing Grace at the drive-in. It was a double feature, Amazing Grace and Cotton Comes to Harlem. Am I showing my age? A double feature, Amazing Grace and Cotton Comes to Harlem. Ooh, that had to be back in the early 70s, right? I think so. Celia E. Nelson, you're late. That's okay. Better late than never. Yeah, I wonder what Trenchtown Man is doing for the holiday. He wasn't at the coronation. I remember Mom's Mabley said, "You know what? Nowadays, if you see somebody that ain't right, you think something." No, she say, "Wait a minute." She said, "Nowadays, if you see someone that's not crazy, you think something's wrong with them." I think that's how she said it. Okay, splendid. So we've had our last word. Let's cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I don't think I have Trenchtown Man on this computer. After the first of the year, I'm gonna get the old computer fixed. I am. I just, with the holidays and everything, I just don't want to be in a retail situation. But after the holidays, I promise I'm going to get the old computer fixed, and then I can get all of the videos off of the old computer. This one is much faster though, but I hate that other one went out. The other one has that big 27-inch screen, or as I like to say, a baby boomer friendly size screen. This one is, I think, 16 inches, and I can work with it, but I'd rather have the 27. In this case, bigger is better. Let me see. That is 12. Yeah, this is 16. Diagonally is 16 inches. So much faster than the old computer, though. Okay, we're good. All right, love you guys. See you tomorrow. And cue the Ginger Avenger.